So this is the basic homepage here that I have. It displays all the now playing movies, so that is in theaters. So as you can see, Batman vs Superman, which I'm sure is the top grossing right now, and there's a bunch of movies like the top 20 movies. And then I have the upcoming section here. So these are the movies which is going to be released pretty soon. So you can see that Captain America is going to be released soon, and a few others like Angry Bird, and yeah, so on. So this is for a guest user. You don't have to be logged in to view this page, and you can click on any of the images here, and you go to the movie details section, where you can see the trailer of the movie. I could start playing it here through YouTube channels, and once that is there, now I have all these genres of the movie. So here, Batman vs Superman is action and adventure. This is the running time, and this is the IMDb rating for this movie, which is 3 stars right now. And this is the user rating for this movie. So this user's rating is for my website. So users in my website who have rated this movie. And here's the release date for this movie. And as you can see, since I'm not registered or logged in, I can't I can't do anything. So this is practically non-readable for me. And okay, let's move on. So this is the plot here. You see a brief description of it, and these are the casts of the movie and users who have rated this movie. So this is the section wherein you can see the users who have actually rated this movie. So these are my website users. And yeah, so this is the review section wherein the users can key in something and review it. And as you can see again that since I'm not logged in, I can't write a review here. Here it says log in to write a review. And yeah, so this is the critics review. So these are the reviews that I've got from IMDb. So people who have actually reviewed the movie have written here. And okay, so that is about the basic details of the movie here. I'm going to the homepage again. You can see that these are again the IMDb ratings for each of the movies that are now playing, and these are the genres for all of them. And if you come down to the upcoming movies, you can see the release date, so you can plan for the movie, and again the genres. And this whole website is totally responsive. Like you can, so here you go. So what else can I see as a guest user? Well, I can go to the movies. I can, as I said, I have explained all these details here. The one thing that I missed out was the cast. So if you can see, Ben Affleck. Okay, Ben Affleck here is okay. He's an actor. His birthday is so and so. His place of birth is in California, and you have a biography here, which is again given from the API. So all of these details that you see now is coming directly from the TMDB API. It actually stands for the movie database. It gives quite a bunch of details. So once you come to the movie details, I mean the cast details section, you can see that Ben Affleck was best known for Fahrenheit 9/11, Dogma, Shakespeare in Love, Reindeer Games, and so on and so forth. And again, each of the page, just to showcase, is totally responsive. Like you don't see any scroll bars when I scroll in and out. And yeah, this is how you see on the mobile device. And again, so click on any of these links, you go to that particular movie. And as again, you can see the YouTube trailer here, followed by a poster of it, and all the details here, IMDb user rating and stuff. And these are the details. So again, even the movie details page is totally responsive. Okay, enough said. Let's try to register. a user. Okay, so let's try something. Okay, going ahead, I'll probably try with Bob. Password is Bob. Okay, so before that, let's see if our fields are working fine. I didn't give the username here. It says please provide a valid username. So let's say I give Bob, but I skip the password. Skip the password. So what does it say now? It says please provide a password. Okay, let's go ahead and give a password, but I give something else to verify the password. Passwords don't must match. So okay, let's go ahead and give a verify the actual password. For the email part, I can probably give a string. What happens here? It says please provide a valid email. Okay, and let's give Bob at bob.com. So this should actually successfully register Bob, the user. But wait, let me try to change it to one of the existing users and see what happens. So I change this to Ed, and let's see what happens now. It says passwords don't match up. Sorry. Okay, let's match the password also. Now, what does it say? It says username already exists, so I can't create this particular user. Okay, let's now create a valid user with all the details. It should register and basically take me to the profiles page. Yes, this is the profiles page of the user here, the Bob. So I have I've the movies rated as 0, the movies reviewed as 0, and I have a basic avatar image here which portrays my profile. Now the edit profile, I can go give myself a decent name, Bob Hope, and say update. You can see, oh, well, you can't see here, so you can see that it's updated with my details here. And again, this is again totally responsive. Right. So now, being a registered user, I should be able to do more. So let's go to my favorite movie as of now. Okay, so you see that you see that I can now rate the movie. Before, as a guest user, it was non-editable. Now I can actually rate it. So it says 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. I love this movie, so I'm going to give it 100%. So internally, that's saved in the database. And what you didn't see was it aggregates the user ratings. So before it was a 4 something, 4 rating. Now I did a 5 rating for this movie, and it takes a integer value and it rounds off. So probably it was 4.5 and it rounded off to 5. So if now another user comes and rates it 1, I'm sure you can see the difference. Okay, so now, and after this I can't edit my own rating, so I'm done. So it doesn't work. I can only rate one movie once. Well, now we can see that I have rated this movie. The user here, I'm Bob, and I'm displayed here as the users who have rated this movie. And this is the person who's reviewed. Let's write a review for this movie and see what happens with that. So now you can see that under the user reviews, I have Bob here. So it displays my review, it displays my name, and now I can't write a review to this movie because I've already done it. I can't do anything here. Okay, let's now go to my profile page and see what happens there. Okay, now you see that my name is displayed, but there's one new addition. The movie is rated as 1, movies reviewed as 1, and my ratings. So here it says that I gave a 5 rating to this movie, which is Batman vs Superman, and this is my reviews. Batman vs Superman. I gave it a wonderful movie filled with action. That's the review that I gave. And you can see that this is again totally responsive. Now you saw that I could rate and review movies here. Let's see how it looks if I do it for another movie. Anything. So here you see that it's never been rated by any user. So let's give it a 2 just to see the difference. And now it's rated as 2. I see myself there. I don't see any reviews, and also critic reviews are not there. So now, if you, okay, let's go to Bob. If you see this Batman vs Superman movie, all these critic reviews that you saw was coming from IMDb. It is not from my website. So there's a way that I can have myself displayed under the critic reviews, so which is by applying to be a critic. So I'll talk about it later when I come to that section. Okay, now going forward, what else? Ah, I didn't show you guys how I could search. I could like go to any part of my page, like practically any part of my page, and search whatever I want. Say Avenger, it displays all the results for that. Same format that I maintained with the homepage. The movie, the name, the link, the release date, the genres, and yeah, all the search results here. Okay, so if you go here, you can again see the trailer and all the details here. And again, as you see, these are coming from the API, the critic reviews. What else? And yeah, this can be done by even a guest user. Nobody needs to log in to search any particular movie they want. Okay, let's get the user activity going. Well, now I see that I rated 2 for Jungle Book, 5 for Superman, and I reviewed one movie. What else can I do? Okay, I can be a critic. That's better, right? Like I'm a movie buff. I want to see more movies. So let's try to apply to be a critic. So here you see that all the latest now playing movies are displayed. So the top 20 which is now playing is displayed here. You pick any movie that you want and you write a review. So for now, let's keep it short. Let's say good watch and submit. And it says application submitted successfully. Now what happens is my admin has to approve my critic application. He has to approve me as a critic. Until then, I can't be a critic. So go back to profile. That's what I'll do. Go back to my profile. And what else? I didn't follow anyone. That's one thing I didn't do. Let's see how that works. Okay, so this is Bob. This is Bob. You can see that I have edit, be a critic, and all these displayed. So here you can see that it says my ratings. Now let's see how the other profiles look. So for example, I go to Ed. Ed is the other user here. You see Ed here, and I'm just logged in as Bob. You see that these are Ed's details like Ed's ratings, Ed's reviews, and whatnot. And I can follow Ed. So this is like a user to user relation that I have. I can follow Ed, and once I've followed Ed, if I go to my profile now, you can see that along with my ratings and my reviews, I also have the people I follow section. You didn't see that before because there was no people I followed, so hence there was nothing was displayed. Now that I have someone I follow, I have this people I follow section. So here I say I follow Ed, and Ed has rated this movie. He has reviewed this movie. Let's see. Okay, let's log out and log in. Okay, so I guess you didn't see the login page. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Compared, this almost the same as the register page, the same UI. So add login. You see that Ed has not followed anyone, so he just sees my ratings and my reviews. And now if Ed goes to, say for example, Bob's profile, you see that Bob has 2 ratings and 1 review. You don't see Bob's followers. This is one thing that I hide. I don't want people knowing who I follow. So Ed, as a user, doesn't know who Bob is following, but he can just see Bob's ratings and reviews. That's one of the design choices I made for this website. And If you go here, and well, yeah, even a guest user can check out all these users. So it's the same. So now I've logged out. I've not been any user here. If you go to movies here, you can see that I need to log in. I'm not a registered user yet, so nothing works. But well, I can actually see the user profiles. I can see the same profile that everyone sees, except that I can't do anything with that. I can't follow Bob because I need to log in, but I can just see whatever stuff he has done. Okay, let's try to register something now. Let's create a new user just for my critic. So I probably would name it as no, that's a bad thing. Let's name it as Dan register. Okay, let's go. Forget about that. Dan, Dan something. Dan Craig. It's movies website after all. Okay, Dan Craig wants to be a critic. So let's see. Um, some movie, some random movie which is not in the top. I've seen a lot of movies there, so yeah, anything. Good watch. Just to show you guys the functionality. So I've applied for the critic application here. And if you go to my profile, I don't have anything. So yeah, that's blank. Well, and now let's log in as the administrator, the admin. I believe my admin is Charlie. Let me make sure it logs in. Yeah, so yeah, this is Charlie. You can see that Charlie now is the admin. He's the admin. I have already registered him as my admin. So if you go to admin page, you can see that Bob has applied to be a critic. So these are all the critics applications. So Bob has reviewed the movie Criminal, and the review was a good watch. The same with Dan, but with to a different movie. So for Bob, I say reject. No, I don't want you to be a critic. And for Dan, I say, okay, well, you can be the critic. That's it. So now you see that no reviews to approve. And that's pretty much the functionality that the admin has. He just can rate and, I mean, he can just accept critic applications or reject critic applications. So now let's go back to what happened with our Dan. So he should now be a critic, right? So log in. You see that, yeah. You see that Dan is now a critic. Well, what's the advantage of being a critic? There should be some gains that I get if I was qualified enough to be a critic. So let's move on. Go to a different movie. Okay, so I gave it a 3 star, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And now, if you see that user rated is done, user reviews and user reviews. Let's say this was a critic review, right? I've logged in as Dan, and I was a critic. So what happens with that? Well, what happens is I see myself. I see here Dan here. This was a critic review. Was written by Dan. Comes under the critic review section, not in the user review section. Normally, if it was any other user, you would see that displayed here. So it's a critic review. So that's something special that the critics can get. That they have special special UI experience that only they come under only the critic reviews, and it's the same UI for the critics. So, and you see that there's no be a critic button here because you're already a critic. And let's see how it looks on the phone. Looks decent enough. Mm, let's